Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here. In this video, I'm going to be talking more about speaking as the superconscious. So this is really going behind the scenes of all of the videos that I've had on my YouTube channel for now well over about 12 years. I started this channel in 2011, and for that near 12 years of time, it has always been about the idea of just rolling the camera and being able to just share this wisdom that comes through me. Now, there may be that behind the scenes questions like, Brad, are you conscious about what you're actually saying when this information comes about? Very much like what I'm doing right now, it's just a flow. I'm not preparing the words to speak themselves. I'm not trying to give a spiel. I'm not reading off a teleprompter here. I'm not reading off a script. How I naturally function is just being able to press record on the camera and being able to share these profound states of flow that come together. And this is how it works, right? If you ever try to be conscientious of yourself and feeling that, okay, well, I'm going to get into the flow, I'm going to let spirit speak through me, and I'm going to be very, very conscious of every single word that comes out, that's not the idea. That's not where it's coming from. Everything that you are doing when you're in the flow is coming to a point where you're not even aware that you're doing it. To you, you're just having a conversation. What comes out of you is that beautiful subconscious or superconscious flow. I basically look at it from the superconscious perspective. I know some people will talk about the subconscious mind and how we're talking through the subconscious mind and how we're working through the subconscious mind. And there's ideas of that, yes. But when we're looking into the nature of the superconscious, it's very similar to the video I did a while back called Superconscious Prompting, where in that way you are basically going into stillness, you're going into the quiet, you're going into the silence, and then you're prompting what you want spirit to share with you, and then it shows itself appropriately through your life. In this way, it's more so in the idea that you're just naturally in a state of alignment where spirit starts sharing this great insight with you. So when you talk to a person and they just start blowing you away and you feel mesmerized by their words, you feel completely captivated by what they're saying, it's not that person's conscious self that's speaking. It's that superconscious flow. It's where you are just in that natural alignment. It's not something, like I said, if you're emotional, if you've got 1,000 thoughts in your head and you feel like you're just a busybody and you think that you're going to be able to share this superconscious flow that's coming out, it's not going to happen. There needs to be an equilibrium to yourself. Really what that is it's a knowingness that you are able to just be spirit. It's a knowingness that you are able to be the supreme, that you are to be the sovereign, that you are to be consciousness, that you are just pure awareness. And as pure awareness, it's like you're just in surrender while the words are being themselves. The words become a living being. So as I start speaking here, as I start sharing all these topics, as I start sharing all this wisdom, it's not coming from the conscious self, because as I've said, the conscious self is the dumbest part. That's us talking from the ego. And so, I was like, okay, I don't want to do this. And then I was like, trying to do that. And then, how's it going? And so forth. That is complete and total conscious dialogue. And with all due respect, that's the dumbest part of ourselves, right? It's not intelligent in any way. It's regurgitated in the past or rumbling about the future kind of nonsense. And this is what I suggest people get out of, is rather than having these ego conversations, these conscious communications, right? Rather going into super conscious conversation. Brad, how do I get there? How do I get into that super conscious state? How do I get to that point? I've been doing it so long that it's just natural to me. But when I was first doing it, I did a lot of meditation each day, right? I found that still point. It wasn't so, oh my God, go into your highest excitement, go into your love, and go to your greatest joy. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. Joy is important. Excitement is good. Love is good and all that stuff. But you're still trying to put a lot of activity. It's like you're trying to put a lot of enthusiasm into yourself. And that's not what you're doing. When you're in meditation, you want to go quiet. You want to get quiet, you want to go silent, you want to get still, and you want to go into surrender. Right? That's how it comes together. When I was channeling Adronis, that's exactly what I had to do. I was, oh my God, I'm getting so excited. I'm going to channel Adronis. It's going to be so thrilling. It's going to be so amazing. Ah! And nothing would have come through. So it's not about getting worked up. It's not about getting amped up. It's not about getting so overly excited that you're like, oh my God, I can't wait. Oh my God, I'm gonna channel something. There's gonna be like great universal communication coming through, and I'm gonna know all the secrets of the universe. Ah! Okay, that is not the right direction. That is not where you want to be. Where you want to be, again, is just going into the quiet, is learning humility. It is the humble who are the most intelligent, right? It's the person that doesn't need to go into the room and feel like they just need to blab about their accolades, and they need to say about how wonderful their life is or how much their life sucks or anything of that nature, when you're basically playing with the extremes of the scale. When you are learning to go into speaking as the superconscious, it is through humility. It is through gracefulness. It is through that idea of just going into the silence, and you are humbled with your energy, right? You are at peace with your energy. This is why I say the more that you're completely discharging yourself, you're completely surrendering yourself to just all that is. You surrender yourself to the moment. You surrender yourself to spirit, to consciousness, to awareness, to God. And when you're in that natural peace, when you start talking, people just get captivated by what you're saying. Oh my goodness, I had no idea you knew all these fundamental understandings of the universe. I had no idea that you were able to understand more about the human heart. I had no idea you were able to understand more about extraterrestrials or interdimensionals or angels or anything, whatever the topic may be. You're just letting the superconscious speak through you. You're letting your voice be used by the flow of spirit. That's the nature of going into the superconscious. So, as I've talked about, start with heart rate variability, right? Work with HRV, 4 seconds into the nose, 6 seconds out to the nose. Do that 10 times, and then just start relaxing. Okay, so I'm going to go into Hakalau. I'm going to take my index fingers right here, and I'm just going to move them to the sides so that I can see them at the edge of my peripheral vision, from the left and from the right. And I'm looking forward, but I'm still just aware of my index fingers standing up in the peripherals. And I'm just being aware of my index fingers while I'm also being aware of looking ahead. And I drop the fingers down. Now I just say, be aware of what I see. Be aware of what I hear. Be aware of what I smell. Be aware of what I taste. Be aware of what I touch and what is touching me. Now experience all of those senses at the same time. And you'll notice that there's not a single thought that comes into your mind because you're being aware of your senses. And you're just following the awareness of the senses, and everything goes quiet. And now you just want to stay there. You want to just stay there and practice that every single day. That's where your conversations need to come from. Your conversations need to come to the nature of awareness. It will just start, okay? You can't force intuition, because that's what this is. The language of the superconscious is intuition. The language of the subconscious can also be intuition, okay? But like I said, I look into a lot more in the superconscious way. So through the superconscious, that's where the flow starts. And it comes through your natural peace, your natural love, just your natural beingness, right? That natural happiness that you are. Keep practicing with this. And then when you just start having conversations from that space, where everything's quiet, where everything's peaceful, where everything's content, now you understand how to speak the language of the superconscious. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, and may it be well with you. Namaskar.